Dr. Murphy, thank you for being here with us today. I've got just a few quick questions for you.
Yes.
And this first one, I'm sure you've heard plenty of times throughout your career, but what is your chiropractic why?
So I would answer that by saying, hi everyone, Dan Murphy, I'm a chiropractor, and we're at the Nexus on the Bellevue campus of Life West, and it's 2026, and I've been a chiropractor now for 48 years. I'm board certified in orthopedics, and I just got to talk about the orthopedic basis of the subluxation. It was just pretty awesome. So they're doing this interview after my talk to the audience, and Trey just asked, what is your chiropractic why? To me, like I said, been in chiropractic now been actually a chiropractor for 48 years. But I started chiropractic college in 1975, so that's 51 years ago. And I kind of already knew a little bit about chiropractic. I'm the only chiropractor in my family. But I kind of understood about mechanical-based care. And to me, that's what chiropractic is about. It's about mechanical-based care because all of the joints have to work and function mechanically. But what is more interesting, when the joint does not work well mechanically, it influences the nervous system. And that what has interested me the most, what is your chiropractic and why, is what Trey asked me. What I think about the most is when you influence the nervous system, there is no facet of systemic health and wellness that you're not influencing to some degree. And it's because we influence blood flow, we influence the immune system, we influence the hormonal system. So all of those systems are influenced. So basically, what chiropractic to me is a way to stay healthy so that we can achieve a long and healthy life, rounded 100 years doing well mentally and physically, but this is dependent upon living the innate lifestyle, which means mechanical integrity in a gravity environment, as well as exercise, diet, and things like that. All of that comes together for what I think is chiropractic and what chiropractic is all about. Was that okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you. And if this is your introduction to Dr. Murphy, you probably are just learning that he's a walking almanac. So we really appreciate your knowledge.
You're welcome.
All right, I've got another one for you.
Yes.
So if you could go back to when you were a chiropractic student, time travel back to school, what's something that you would tell yourself that you know now?
When you look at your life retrospectively like that, I asked that question of what I thought was the smartest chiropractor on campus on my very first day on campus in 1975. And I said, what is your biggest criticisms of graduates of chiropractic college? And his response was that everything we do is based on anatomy, and that the critical thing to be a good chiropractor is to remember your anatomy and constantly review anatomy. So I thought it was like the best advice ever is learn your anatomy. And I would tell myself, just like I currently tell my seniors at Life West, is like, pay attention in class, learn as much as you can, and then attempt to apply it to different clinical situations and just see how it goes. And then if it's not going the way you thought it would go, switch up, do something else. So always be willing to think outside of the box. And this is why in my own clinical practice, I've had 70 associates over the decades. And for a while, I went through maybe 10 or 15 years that everyone I hired was kind of like me. They look like me, they walk like me, they talk like me, they adjusted like me, they failed like me. So I started to get chiropractors that weren't like me, different techniques. And so I would have we have 4 associates and myself, I'd have 5 techniques represented so that if what I would do, my approach wasn't getting the outcome, I would think, okay, maybe one of these others. So I try to have these really different approaches to chiropractic. And I think always keep an open mind. Do not allow yourself to become psychosclerotic. And even today, you get up every morning, you look in the mirror and say, no psychosclerosis, keep an open mind. It's so easy to get locked in. Read the book Thrive by Sebastian Junger from 2016. You realize people, because you see it in chiropractic college, you see this technique is hanging out with that technique and they don't talk to these dudes because it's a different technique, and I think that's a mistake. All of them have approaches that will help certain patients. If you have all of them in your clinic, you can really get great outcomes. How is that? Is that okay?
That's great.
Okay.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Now, last one for you. If you could just leave us with one gem of something you've learned in clinic that you couldn't learn in school.
It would probably be something like this, and that is that you look at the chiropractors that I think are the greatest of all time, the goods in chiropractic. What makes them different compared to other chiropractors? And as far as I can tell, when you look at like my mentor, Dr. Richard Stonebrink, or the current neuro guy, Dr. Ted Carrick, what makes them different? And as far as I can tell, they make every patient contact a learning experience. Most chiropractors just do the same things over and over and over again, and they have trouble getting outside the box. But if you make every single patient visit, patient contact, and patient a learning experience, then you are destined for greatness. So that's what I would tell people is look at every patient uniquely, look at it as a learning experience, and when you get into trouble, have a brain trust group. We do. And we say, okay, this is what we got. Any advice? So you kind of get, because everyone has different classes and different things that they know and they're good at. I have my things, but I learn stuff from my colleagues every single day. Even through today, after 48 years on the job, I'm still learning different adjustments. It's like people showing me how to do this, but I go, show me how to do that one again. It's like always, there's always something. The best thing, this is the absolute best thing about chiropractic. Honestly, you can never actually figure it out. There's so much to learn and so much to do that if never get thinking that you figured it out, because you didn't, because there's always more to learn. You can always get better and you get more intuitive, so that would be my advice from I don't think you can learn that in school. You kind of can. I tell my seniors that, when I say goodbye to them. And then my last hour of my last day with them. How was that? Is that okay?
That was great. I love it. Well, thank you so much for your
You're
time and all of
welcome.
your wisdom, and we hope to have you back next year for Nexus.